Ever since Mara was a child, she noticed one thing about her older brother, Joel. He never smiled. Not during birthdays, not on family trips, not even when he won awards at school. He wasn't angry or rude, just quiet, reserved, and completely unreadable, a mystery wrapped in silence. Mara, 3 years younger, made it her mission to change that. She'd tell him jokes, draw silly pictures, and imitate cartoon characters, anything to get even a tiny grin. But Joel would simply nod or pat her head, his expression as blank as ever. As she grew older, Mara's playful attempts turned into frustration. "Why don't you ever smile at me?" She asked him once when she was 9. Joel's only reply was, "I just don't know how." Mara didn't understand then, but years later she would. By the time they were in high school, Joel had become even more distant. He barely ate with the family, spending most of his time locked away in his room. He withdrew from everyone except for Mara. He always checked on her. Little messages like, "Did you eat? Text me when you get home. Don't walk alone at night. Let me know if anyone bothers you." He never smiled, but he cared. Mara knew that. She just couldn't understand why he was this way. One evening, everything changed. Mara went into his room to borrow a charger, and the moment she stepped inside, Joel panicked. "Wait, don't touch that!" He yelled, rushing to hide a notebook under his pillow. But as he lunged, a sheet of paper fell out. Before he could stop her, she picked it up. It was a detailed sketch of her Mara, laughing, hair tied up, holding a school medal. She froze. Curiosity got the better of her, and she looked under his desk. There were dozens more drawings. Mara as a child, dancing in the living room. Mara baking cookies with their mom. Mara asleep on the couch, clutching a book. Mara crying after their grandfather's funeral. Every version of her, captured with a depth of care that was almost painful to see. Joel snatched the papers from her hands, his face flushed with embarrassment. "You weren't supposed to see those. Why are you drawing me?" Mara whispered, her voice trembling. He sat down on his bed, his shoulders shaking. "Because that's the only time I feel like smiling." For the first time in years, his voice cracked. "When I draw you being happy, I feel like everything is okay. Even when it's not." Mara gently sat beside him. "What happened to you, Joel? Why can't you smile for real?" He took a long, shuddering breath. "When I was 10, I saw Dad and Mom fighting." "You don't remember, you were too young." "But I heard Dad say he wanted to leave, that he was tired of this family, that he didn't love us anymore." Mara's eyes widened in shock. "Joel, I never knew, I thought," he whispered, his voice barely audible, "that if I didn't show any emotions, if I just stayed quiet, maybe I could keep everything from falling apart. Maybe Dad would stay if I wasn't a burden." He looked down at his hands, clenching them into fists. "But he left anyway, and after that, I guess, I forgot how to smile." Mara's chest tightened with a profound sadness for her brother. All this time, he had been trying to carry the family's weight alone, sacrificing his own happiness to protect them. She wrapped her arms around him in a tight embrace. "You don't have to hide anymore," she said softly. "You don't have to protect us by hurting yourself." Joel took another shaky breath. "Mara, I don't know if I can change." "You don't need to force it," she whispered, holding him closer. "Just let yourself feel again. I'll help you." "I'm not giving up on you." For the first time, Joel lifted his head and looked directly at her. His lips didn't curve. His eyes didn't brighten, but they softened. And that small change was the beginning of everything. Months passed. Slowly, Joel started to open up. He joined the family for meals again. He started talking more, and occasionally, a sound that was almost a laugh would escape him, not quite a smile, but a sound full of warmth. Then one day, during Mara's graduation, something incredible happened. As Mara walked across the stage to receive her diploma, the crowd erupted in applause. Her eyes scanned the audience and found Joel in the front row holding his sketchbook. And right there, just for a second, his lips curved upward. It was a small smile, fragile, faint. But it was real. The moment she saw it, Mara burst into tears. After the ceremony, she ran to him and hugged him tightly. "You smiled," she whispered into his shoulder. Joel shrugged awkwardly, but his eyes glistened with unshed tears. "I guess. You finally taught me how." It was the first smile of many. A testament to the healing that can begin when someone refuses to stop believing in the light within you, even when you can't see it yourself. Thanks for watching. If this story touched your heart, please like and subscribe for more.